between you guys and those in Zoom. It's wonderful. I'm waiting on LJ.
She's still talking.
Sorry, I was showing off Amber. The cats.
Of course you are.
My bad.
Herding cats, it's a lot of fun at home. I was a whole lot better 2 cats ago, but it's okay. It's all right. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful to be back here with you. Sunday service as always. Everybody here for the first time today or haven't been here for a while? How about on Zoom? I can't see you guys, I don't have a camera back here. All the same old suspects?
Jen and Tammy and Abby and John
Good.
and Angie and Missy.
Wonderful. Okay, well, welcome everybody. I want to just say real quickly, Tuesday night there was the World Sound Healing service here. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Luana and I got to sit and just enjoy and take all that in with all the musicians. And I want to, kudos to Reverend Judy and Reverend Brenda for that. I love you both for that. It was just over the top, and all of the rest of you who were involved in that. Yes. Just incredible. Really enjoyed that. Here comes a couple more. Good morning. I don't mean to embarrass you. I just want to say good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. And Joe, for those people that weren't at the sound healing, it's posted on YouTube and on Facebook now.
YouTube and Facebook, huh? Wonderful. Well, the year 2023. This is the year that's been deemed the year of living from one's core values. The topics and theme for February continue to be enthusiasm, endurance, and effectiveness. I would ask our musician this morning, good morning, Patty.
Good morning,
To
Joe.
play a little something to lead us into meditation.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Let's get settled in our seats and take some time for ourselves. So just relax and take in the moment.
I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. I will be gentle with myself. I will heal myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. I will be gentle with myself. I will heal myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment.
There is nothing, no thing that we cannot do in the mind of God. And we are united with God always, which means our mind is one with God. We have endurance to overcome anything and reminds us that all is possible all the time. And so it is. That was a beautiful song, Patty. Thank you very much. And I want to bring Patty over here because she's got a spiritual thought for us. Let's give her some love. Come on.
Good morning. I'm pulling double duty again today, but that's okay. I had some things planned, and then I got a phone call from Luana earlier this week, and it kind of threw me off a little bit, but it sent me in a different direction, and that's okay. So, I was going to talk about endurance, but Bob did a really good job with that last week, so I'm not even going to try. But I was going to talk about effectiveness. And yeah, you need endurance and enthusiasm to be effective, but what really makes things effective? And I kept coming back to a term I've always heard called effective prayer. And I got thinking about it, really, what makes prayer effective? Basically, does it work? Growing up back in New Jersey, I went to Catholic school, and prayer was something you memorized. We had the Our Father, the Hail Mary. The weirdest one was now I lay me down to sleep, kind of creeped me out a little bit. I was always afraid I wouldn't wake up. But memorizing a prayer doesn't make it effective. You need the heart in it. So that's how I was taught at first, and I really didn't put much faith in prayer. It just seemed like, oh yeah, I can memorize that. I can still recite the Apostles' Creed, and that's a really long ass prayer. But some people have a gift of prayer. My sister-in-law, Leslie, she lives in Mariposa, and boy, this woman can pray. She's very Christian, and she prays so well she can make it snow. My husband and I always joke about it, is that, if you got Leslie praying for you, you're fine. And she prays out of just pure faith. I've never witnessed anything like that before, but she has got it, and I've always been kind of envious. But yeah, she's got, my husband says she's got a direct line to Jesus. Jesus is on the main line, tell him what you want. Another thing is Yogananda. I spent many years in the Bay Area studying with the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment, and the woman there, Reverend Ellen Grace O'Brien, who I believe is known by Angie, and Roy Eugene Davis, her teacher, who was a direct disciple of Yogananda. So I got a lot of teachings handed down that were pretty good. And Yogananda was really into what he called effective prayer. And he called it step-by-step instructions for realizing God's indwelling presence through scientific methods of concentration and meditation. For prayer to bring God's response, it is essential to know how to pray. And made me realize that in Catholic school, they didn't really teach me how to pray. They taught me how to memorize. through these teachings, I started learning how to pray. I prayed real hard to move to Oakhurst. I really wanted to live up here in Bass Lake. We'd come up here, my husband's kind of from the area, and we'd come up here for vacations, and I'd float in the lake on my raft, just floating, looking up at the trees, and saying, I want to be here. I want to live here. I deserve to live here. And I set that intention. And it finally came about. It took a little while, but it finally came about. And I realized that, I had that power all along. It's kind of like Dorothy and click your heels together and, and say, I want to go home. So that's when I started really learning about the power of prayer. And then I showed up here. First person I met was Bob Hand. And he was like, oh, come on, you have to come down on Sunday. And I did, and I've been here ever since. And I've learned a lot from, all of you. Those who are reverends, those who are practitioners, and those who are just people who like this stuff. And that's what I thought I was, just someone who liked this stuff. But this week, Lumana asked me if I would like to become an intern as a prayer practitioner. And I hadn't really thought about it. I was doing Emerson classes with the idea that I really wanted to get a bachelor's degree. I felt bad I never did get one. I went to like 3 different junior high school or junior colleges, junior high school, yeah. But, and I have certificates for this and that and this and that. But I never got that piece of paper. And that was on my bucket list. But Luana talked to me, and I suddenly realized that maybe this is a way I should go. So I am now a prayer practitioner intern, and I look forward to learning how to pray effectively. So it is. Thank you.
Very nice, Patty. Yeah, once Luana gets a hold of you, be careful.
Yeah,
She's very persuasive,
she's very effective.
very effective, yes. We have some more music by our intern practitioner, Patty.
Okay.
People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on, all night and day. Oh, come on, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on, all night and day. We all got a light inside. People, how can we survive if we don't let it shine on, all night and day? You know the world is dark with fear. People scared to let you near. They need you to shine on, all night and day. Oh, come on, let your light shine. People, now let it shine. sunrise. Let your love light fill your eyes. Let it shine on all night and day. Moving like a river flow, we can make the feeling grow. If you only shine on all night and day. Well, people, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day.
Beautiful. Well, it's time for our main speaker. And our main speaker this morning is Rev Judy DeRosa. Come on up, Judy. Good morning.
We had a really good time Tuesday, just gotta say it. I was thinking a lot about the words that Sandy chose, and enthusiasm really fit what we had been doing. Brenda, it was a real collaboration. You know, I had seen this on Facebook, the 21st World Sound Healing event, and I'm going, wow, we've got so many talented people here. I'll just ask. And Brenda said, sure, yeah, I'll be happy to do that. And Cheyenne went, oh, please, I'd love to do that. And John Lalonde with his flute, thank you, John. It was just a natural. John Stanley kindly stepped up, said, sure, I'll do it, Judy. And I figured we had more than enough to be able to fill an hour enthusiastically. And our dear friend Juju, Juliette, had done a video, and we had no idea what kind of an impact that would make. So Mariposa Gazette had put out a lovely article, and we just kept sending information and making flyers and talking to people, and time ran out. The sense of having a full group of enthusiastic, loving, excited people. This one man, your friend Mark, said, I didn't know Brenda could do that. You know, part of that discovery, that joy of sharing, that amazing opportunity to be authentic and to come with your heart open was so nurturing. And I think that the gratitude that we felt afterwards was that everything kind of sparkled. And later on, people would call and say thank you and etc. And it was that word, enthusiasm. Can you do this again next month? Was several of the questions, and I'm going, let me think about that. But I would put it out there to consider that maybe we did a spring dance. So we pushed the chairs along to the side so people could sit and have a dance. celebrate being alive and moving your body and being connected to that energetic that we're here for. We're here to be more than what we thought we're here for. And learning something new, that's our job. Our job is to explore things we don't know. And for years, I would take 2 classes a year on something I had no idea how it worked, and then decide, did I like it? Do I want to pursue it? Is that something that I can incorporate in my art, my teachings? And then I could let it go. So when we give ourselves that gift of education and exploration and enjoyment, we start to become more in a way of, when you walk in the room, there is an energy there, and you feel that energy. You're now in tune with who you really are. Your ability to heal yourself. Not just your enthusiasm, your inward knowing that there is more to you, to your soul self, to your connection to source. And in the indigenous world, we call that Great Spirit, the great mystery, creator, the unknown, the master teacher. When we look out in nature, we see that that is also a part of us. Those trees, all the leaves that are now on the ground after all these great storms and all the wind, that is a natural process that we are connected to. But we have a tendency to forget that. We forget how connected we are to nature. We forget until we put our hands in the ground and we dig a little hole and we plant a seed, and then we wait. It's kind of like planting ideas. We wait for that growth within ourselves and with our harmony with nature, because we're always connected to that element of the beauty of everything that is around us, the flowers, the birds, the things that crawl on the ground, the flyers. When we see a flock of geese go over, at least when I do, I know when the dog does, we all stop and we look up and watch. And they fly in their formation, and they've given me some gift of knowing that things are in a harmony, that everything is connected, and that it feels completely balanced to me. And I always thank the birds. Thank you. Thank you for letting me see you. And after our last big rain, we had all this water flooding. The water was coming from Brenda's land, and it was joining the Oak Creek. The ducks were coming over and using the ponds, like, hey, Harold, come on, let's go make a pond. Come on, let's go for, a few bugs. Part of that was they're looking at the land for the season when it's time to nest. They're trying out environments for themselves. The blue heron has been walking all around hunting for frogs and gophers and anything that catches its eye. And so this sanctuary is also a sanctuary for more than what we know. The things that I've seen walk through here that are four-legged, the deer that loves to sleep here because they're safe. They know they're safe. The coyotes and the fox, the squirrels, all of these elements that make our land beautiful and healthy and growing is in us. When we take the time to observe, to look, to see that there is so much going on many, many levels, and we can apply that to ourselves. Do we think to ourselves, oh, I hurt here, and oh, that's terrible, and let that control us? Or do we put our hand on our body, on our back, on our hip, on our heart, and send it love? Send that healing thought, that energetic, just like the music that we played, with intention, dedicating your love for yourself. I love my body. I love that it functions for me and I can do things and I can go places and I can explore this world. And when we allow that, when we wake up in the morning and say, oh, thank you, another gift, another day, another adventure, and honor that, have the adventure, pick a spot, do something that you haven't done before. We are such habitual creatures. We have this mindset that if we do it differently, everything will be okay. But we could create a mindset that says, let's not plan something. Let's just go do and see and be and discover with that enthusiastic heart. Go take a yoga class. Go find out if you're musically inclined. Study something that gives you an opportunity to give that. I had never sat at a drum when I was called by my medicine teacher. She didn't point because according to the natives, she used her chin. So I responded. And she said, would you like to learn how to sing and drum for a sacred ceremony? And I said, of course I would. I said, but I don't sing. She says, I'm not asking you to sing because of your voice. I want you to be here with us because of your good heart. So what our inner critic might tell us, no, you're not a good singer. No, you can't keep her with it. Oh, shush. Then we need to say, okay, let me do that. Let me explore that. Let me give my enthusiastic heart to whatever we're doing. And we studied for 1 year together, learning songs that were to never be sung outside the Sundance arena. And to understand that the drum is a living being, that it has energy like the chairs that hold you up. It has energy like the car that brings you here, like the house that you live in. It has energy like the tools of your trade in your work. And that energy is Source, Creator, Great Spirit, all that is. And that drum comes out, and I was intimidated. I went, oh, I'm not gonna be able to keep a beat. I don't know anything about this. She just jabbed me in the side and said, don't worry, it'll be all fine. It'll just be all fine, don't worry about it. And I didn't. I just sat and I watched and I learned, like a little child, how we all learned something. How to walk, how to talk, how to play, how to be, and how to protect ourselves. And I had all this opportunity. And as we learn and we unlearn our experiences in life, we become more than we could have ever imagined. I never imagined going to a Sundance. They were secret destinations. We would meet in a certain town in New Mexico, and from there we would caravan and go to the land. And we would play for the land and for all the people and all the beings and all the life forces and all the humans that couldn't come. It wasn't to go do ceremony for us. It was to go do ceremony for the world, for the earth walk, for the water, for the air, for the food that we consume, and how to give back in respect, to take tobacco and say, thank you, Creator, for all the gifts in each direction, to sprinkle cornmeal around, to feed the invisible world, the Teliloquy, to feed and nurture anything that is around us that we cannot see, which includes our spirit, our soul. When I started learning this, and then learning to apply that love that they were giving me. Now, I didn't know, but Annie Red Crow would bring me to the elders. And she goes, I want you to meet Golden Bear. She has things to teach you. And so I would sit for hours listening to Golden Bear's stories. And she was brilliant. She was this light. She goes, have you heard this story? Let me tell you. And she would go on with all her wisdom woven into her stories of how to be a good human, how to be kind, how to have an open heart and say yes. She goes, you know, if you say no, that's going to bounce right back on you. I go, well, how is that, Golden Bear? She says, because if I had said no to your medicine teacher, we would not have met. And we were destined to meet. So saying yes and knowing that the universe is working for us, not against us. The universe wants us to be rich and happy and full and loving and kind. And that is how the world actually works, my dear. That is why we're here, to remember that we are connected to every single person on this planet, to every single element, to every single living essence, macro and micro. And we are part of that beauty walk. We are part of that sharing. Know that each person you meet is unique. And each person that meets you meets a unique, beautiful soul that's on their own path learning. Oh.
Thank you, Rev Judy. Great reminders of who and what we are, and we are still becoming. This is part of our healing service Sunday today, and we're going to go into that healing service feeling now. So I ask that you remain seated, and to put your feet flatly on this beautiful floor. Perhaps close your eyes and go within and see a healing taking place for yourself, whatever that might be. Take time for that. And now I ask you to focus your attention on someone else you're thinking about who might need a healing, who might be wanting your love. Focus on them. See them healing as you think of them. Feel the love, the power, the presence of God within you. We are all of one mind with God, Source, Spirit. We know our healing thoughts are already at work because it is already at work in the mind of God. We know this. Thank you for this time, this moment together, God, in the healing of ourselves and others. We are so blessed to have this place to commune together. So blessed. It is time for our offertory. Could I get one or two volunteers to come up and help me with that? Come on up here, dear. Anyone else? Let's do our offertory statement together, please. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. It's beautiful. Announcements. First of all, the frog box is in the back left-hand corner as you exit the front doors after service today. The frog box is available for prayer requests. There are prayer slips of paper there with a pen, and you can just fill out your prayer request and put it in that box. Your practitioners and ministers will pray on that all week long for you. Always available to you, as we always are to you. We love to pray with you and for you. Any other announcements this morning? No announcements. That's a first. Wow, I like that. Thank you. All right. Next week I will be speaking with you on Sunday. I can't wait to be here and talk with you. Let's do our prayer of protection, please, at this point. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you. Do you have one more song for us?
I do. I was really bummed to hear that Bert Bacharach passed away recently, and I realized that he was so talented, and his music was the music of my childhood. Just all those songs. So I want to do one for you. Love, sweet love, it's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, you don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now, it's love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Beautiful, beautiful.
God bless y'all.
Beautiful. Thank you all for being here today. Reverend Angelo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Would you pray us out this morning, sir?
I would love to pray us out. As we go forward from this day forward, let's keep in mind that we are an eternal life form of God itself, that our nature and the nature of the divine is whole and complete, that every challenge that confronts us is a positive in that it takes us closer to that which we are, or remembering that we are the life form of God. I'm grateful for this. I know that we are superior to any and all challenges, and with gratitude, we say thank you for who we are, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you again next Sunday. Have a great, great week. Stay warm. Bye.